What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got an actual update about the One Piece TCG. No, we don't have all the information we would like, I'm sorry, but for the first time since I actually went and showed off the game, we have actual updates and actual details, and this is rather lovely. So, there's still a bunch of questions. I'm going to answer what I can, I'm going to posit what I don't know. Basically, I'm going to tell you what we know and what we don't know. I'm going to guess a little bit, and I'm going to tell you what we can see. Now, remember I talked to you a couple of days ago about how we can draw parallels between this game and Digimon. And the reason we can draw parallels between this game and Digimon, very simply, is because this is basically the one game Bandai are making, which is a proper trading card game with everything else going on, starter decks and all of that is being released in both Japan and the West. Simple as that. Yes, I am well aware that they also do the Dragon Ball Super card game, but that doesn't really exist in Japan, so trying to draw parallels is honestly quite difficult. So when we're looking at this, and I'm not saying they're going to follow the exact same trajectory they have with Digimon, that would be erroneous. But, you know, if we look at the pack art for BT8, which is on the screen now, that's been out in Japan for a little while, it's coming out for us quite soon, they are very much following it. One of the really interesting things about how Digimon works in both Japan and over here is we get the same stuff. Like, literally the same stuff. If we put the information for BT8 side by side, you will notice that you've got the same size set, and we've got 44 common, 30 uncommon, 26 rare, 10 super rare, 2 secret rare. It really is the exact same set. BT8 in English and in Japanese is the same. Now, I mentioned in the previous video how we have 12 card packs and Japan has 6 card packs. That's pretty standard, honestly, so I wouldn't worry about it. If you look at something like Pokemon, that is quite different. You know, you can look at one of the 4 pack arts from Fusion Strike and go, oh, it's got a Mew on it. And then you can look at the pack art for the equivalent Japanese set Fusion Arts and go, oh, it's got a Mew on it. They must be quite similar. And the answer is yes. But what we tend to see is we will get some cards which are cut to be put into promo products. They'll generally be Japanese mini sets and other products which are put into our sets. And they are roughly analogous. You know, if you're paying attention, you can sit and actually figure out how they mash together. But it's not the same as Digimon, where they literally go BT8 in Japanese is BT8 in English. It is also worth pointing out that Japan gets a bunch of promos here, there, and everywhere, and Bandai are doing a phenomenal job making sure that we get all of that stuff. So, for instance, you know, there was this Gamamon promo which came on a random Psycho Jump magazine, and it's going to be a pre-release promo for us. Basically, Bandai went, oh, okay, we need to give that out at some point. How can we do that? Oh, let's just put it in as a pre-release promo. I am not telling you they are going to do pre-releases for One Piece. I can't tell you that. I can tell you they do them for Dragon Ball and Digimon over here, so I think it's pretty likely. I can't tell you there's going to be a bunch of random magazine promos and all of that over in Japan for One Piece. We don't know. But I'm telling you that they do that in Japan for Digimon, and they also do it for Dragon Ball Heroes and games like that. So I don't see any reason why that would be different. Expect magazine promos in Japan, but not over here. Expect pre-releases over here, but not in Japan. Expect, and again, we cannot say for certain, but expect Bandai to act in Japan like they have been, and expect Bandai to act over here, by which I mean the West, like they have been. As a business teacher, and I've taught business for many years, what I often tell my students is the best way to predict the future behavior of a company is to look at their past behavior. So with all of that said, what have we got in terms of substantive news? Well, we've got a better look at the 4 starter decks, that being Straw Hat Crew, Worst Generation, the 7 Warlords of the Sea, and Animal Kingdom Pirates. And we have confirmation that they will be released simultaneously. Now, on the screen, you can see there it is scheduled for release in fall-winter 2022. This came from a One Piece live stream, which was very much in English. The dates on the screen, they're the English dates. Now, I told you in a video the other day, I'm not going to go through everything again, but essentially, just expect it to be November. Expect a November release, mid-November most likely, in the West, because that's when we release stuff so that it's ready for Christmas. They're the two big shopping months. In Japan, it's still being released in July, and they have confirmed that these 4 starter decks will all release at the same time, will all release in July, and will release at the same time as the first booster set, that is Radiant Dawn. Hey, speaking of which, I'm going to be honest with you, what they've said about Radiant Dawn is quite similar. Now, I will say, we do have a better look at the booster pack artwork than we did before. The image we've got now is much higher quality, and I very much appreciate that. And it's being numbered OP01, presumably for One Piece 01, whereas both Digimon and Dragon Ball use BT, BT01, etc. And the fact that they've labelled it OP01 is actually a very, very good sign indeed, because it means they're planning for the future. They don't have to put these numbers on there, but I mean, essentially, one of the big things I'm seeing about One Piece is that Bandai are treating it like Digimon. I know some of you are hyper excited about One Piece because you're giant fans. Also, all the people that have messaged me or commented on my videos about this saying they're gigantic fans and it feels like it's made for them and they are delighted. I love getting those messages. I feel delighted for you. I'll be honest with you. You all know I'm not a huge One Piece guy. I'm learning. Don't get me wrong, I am learning. I'm coming in as a huge card game guy with a passing interest and hopefully learning more as I go. But the thing is, if you want this game to continue, Bandai have basically come into this game straight away and gone, okay, yeah, we're in on this. This looks good. 4 starter decks releasing at once, that's a lot. That's a lot of investment. That means they're taking it seriously. Already planning, look, if they've got OP01, it means there's going to be an OP02, which means it's already being planned and designed. They're probably on about the 3rd set by now. They are, I don't know this, that's just looking at what other games do. They are clearly taking this very seriously. Again, we got a July release in Japan, ahead of a full winter release in the West, and I'm still saying mid-November. And that is releasing, the 4 starter decks and this at the same time, which is clearly great. It also does say 12 cards per pack. Again, they're giving us the dates in the West. So this is going to be the pack size in the West. Expect Japanese packs to be smaller, because they just are. It's just the way Japanese trading card games tend to go. Now, they've also given us a tiny bit more information on the One Piece film movies. There's a One Piece film Red, and there is a Starter Deck Film Edition, which is releasing in winter 2022. Now, this one we don't have as much information. Essentially, we've got a movie poster and what is very, very clearly a dummy product. Although, weird that they've not written dummy over it, they've just left it. But it's a black and white box with a One Piece card game logo on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It is clearly just a dummy product. We don't know much about this. It's scheduled for release in winter. So this is going to be a little bit later. This is going to be, we don't have a great date. It is just going to be later than the 4 starter decks and the first set. It's another one of those we have to wait and see, I suppose. But it's clearly going to be featured around that film. So if you are a fan of the film, wonderful, wonderful news. Now, they've also shown off 3 cards. Except they haven't really shown off the cards. What they've done is shown off the artwork. These are clearly incomplete cards. If we show the Luffy card, and I mispronounced that the other day, I can only apologise. Although, to be fair, it's not spelt that way. But it is clearly, and I apologise. I said it wrong. I'm getting better at this, like I keep telling you guys. I'm getting better at this. We can see that there is information about the card on here. We've actually got some details. I'm not saying a huge amount of details, but I am saying that there are, some details hanging around. We've got 5 life. We've got 4,000, what is essentially power, hit or strike, or call it what you will. It's not much, admittedly, but it's more. The information we've got on these other characters, they've clearly censored them a little bit. They've clearly taken out some of the info. Are any of these leader cards going to have... I mean, they're actually listed as character cards, not leader cards. So, are they different? How are they different? What information should be on there? Should they have skills? We don't know is the honest answer. But here's the thing. And here's what's super exciting. This is new artwork. And as weird as it sounds, the fact that we've got new artwork here is actually a genuinely big deal. Because new artwork, you have to find an artist, pay the artist, and it has to be essentially ticked off by multiple layers of people. Getting new card art drawn and approved is expensive and awkward. Reusing existing artwork, and this card game is coming around because of the 25th anniversary of One Piece. You know that they've got a whole bunch of artwork they could reuse if they wanted. What does it mean that they're not reusing artwork and they're doing new stuff? It means they're taking it seriously. And when you put all these starter decks together with the first set, which really does look like a first set, not an only set, and the fact they're commissioning new art, this tells us Bandai is taking this game very, very seriously. I covered on this channel from its very start to its very end the Transformers trading card game. And I love the Transformers trading card game. I was in on that from the moment it started till the moment it ended. I adored it. But when we saw the initial run, we saw they reused some artwork. They basically were just taking comic artwork for the battle cards, and then they were reusing artwork from an old mobile game for the character cards. And that's not good. What that basically told us was that Wizards of the Coast were not all in on this game. They were dipping their toes in the water, they were seeing if it would work, and unfortunately, it didn't work. Which is sad, but that's the way it is, unfortunately. It just didn't work. Game lasted a couple years-ish, releases slowed down, it stopped. That does not look like how Bandai are treating this. This looks like Bandai are treating it like they're treating Digimon, and if, like me, you're involved in the Digimon community and you're following this game closely, you'll know that that game is going pretty gosh darned well right now. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Not the huge update we were hoping for, I can only apologise, but lots of reasons to be optimistic and some new information, and I, for one, am very happy indeed. But I want to know what you think. What do you think about this game? What are your predictions? What are your hopes? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about a whole bunch of card games, and yes, that does now include One Piece. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.